Hello, hello, hello. Another Lot Party quick tip here. Jason Rice, Lotpop, Lot Party quick tip. Now, I am going to do what I typically try to do. I'm going to try to pull up this Facebook Live over here, and I am going to then try to see if anybody's chiming in and get any references back to. So if you're on, say hi, let me know. If you're listening to this on a podcast or a YouTube, again, put any comments at the bottom. I will like to hear from you guys. So I'm going to put my neck out, but I don't think there'll be a tax season this year. Not as good. And so what we're used to. Now, what I mean by tax season, obviously we think March, April, there's a big uptick in business at a lot of dealerships. And last year wasn't that strong. And I think a lot of dealers ramped up and got stuck with some cars. Your dealership might have been different, which is fine. Every market, every dealer is different, depending on how they attack their advertising and stuff. But I'm giving this warning because a lot of dealerships, if they're new, December is really slow, and they got some age cars because in November and October, November, they didn't react fast enough, and now they're sitting on age cars that they're buried in. A lot of times the hit that they're not willing to take because they're trying to make some money for a short month in December, sometimes on used, if things are slowed down, they end up, sitting on their hands and going, well, I guess we'll just wait till February, March when things pick back up. And obviously dealers aren't lazy. They're going to attack their inventory if they have to, and they're going to get sales going. I get all that. But a lot of times we might just go at some point in time, December or beginning of January, they just go, well, let's just wait because it should pick up here in the next 30 days and we'll get off of it then. And so I'm saying if you're starting to go down that path, I don't know if there'll be a tax season. Here's why. One example, I had an employee of ours, we're talking, and he said he's got a family friends, married couple, the married couple both work for two separate companies, and both companies told those employees that they weren't getting a Christmas bonus this year. Wow, red flag. Two, a lot of people end up, supposedly a lot of their pay plans are structured on end of the year bonus or fourth quarter bonuses that come in January, and that helps kind of between end of the year bonuses and tax returns and stuff. That's kind of triggers that tax season business. And if people aren't going to get their their bonuses, and the taxes don't look that strong. Three, I don't think the economy is going to get much better between now and, let's say, April, because if the vaccine starts coming out, it's going to go to first responders, elderly, still going to have to mask up. More and more shutdowns are happening. And I don't think going into colder winter months is going to get any better until more vaccines, more things are starting to get back. Maybe the break in weather in April starts happening, and by then a high percentage of people have the vaccine. They're starting to open things back up. And if that's the case, man, even a tax return at that point in time, people might have to be using it to get caught back up on their mortgage and their rent and the Christmas that they just spent money on, or make up for the difference in their bonuses that they didn't get. So, any money that's coming in at that point in time is probably going to get a lot of people just back on their feet. And a car is not, unless they need it, is not going to be on that want list. Now, there's other industries that are booming. So there might be some people out there still buying. I'm not saying it's going to be doom and gloom. But I wouldn't be banking on that to help clean out and so forth. So I've always encouraged dealers to carry to a 2-week sale rate. If you're going in January, February, and 2 weeks sale rates are picking up, then you go buy more, sell more, buy more, sell more, keep that inventory moving. But if you go stock up in December and January, which a lot of dealers do, while wholesale's down, in hopes that we have this booming. The other thing is, I think that two things. I think they're going to delay or extend filing. So April 15th, might get extended. And if it gets extended, then that whole tax return gets spread out. Okay. And not everybody's getting it in one big chunk at one big part of time. They're going to, some people get it here, some people are going to get it there. I think the government might have some shutdowns. So getting a return quick that's what happened last year, gets delayed. They delayed the returns last year to like the end of February before they started sending them out. So if the government's short staffed because of COVID shutdowns, it's going to delay all this returns, right? And it's just going to spread this market out. If there is a market, if they get tax returns and they want to use it, it's going to get spread out. So it might be there, but not February, March, big upticks. Thanks, Nick. I see you agreed there. Then the other thing was, I think, and I'm only probably 60% certain, but I remember conversations about the government still deciding, are they going to tax these stimulus checks? So the $1,200 people got, they're going to have to pay taxes on it, which is more money out of their pocketbook on tax season. And if they get another round on top of it, then it's less money coming out of it. So again, man, I might be putting my neck out here. I put my neck out in March and April when I called for CPO being the winner of this whole thing. And it looks like CPO is. But I think if you listen to everything or what my explanation is, the only thing that will offset all this would be supply and demand. If new car factories shut down, new used cars, the only thing there's not, the availability. People are buying, there's not a lot of availability. There's strong demand. Again, there's not going to be strong volume, but you'll be able to make some growth. So the people that are buying, because kind of what we've seen during COVID months, those big COVID months, that supply and demand dynamic happen, or the stimulus checks start coming in and people are going to spend money on those things can happen. And again, prove me totally wrong. But if you kind of listen to the way I'm mapping this out, I wouldn't be banking on, it's slow now, we're starting to age, let's just sit on these till tax season, maybe go buy some more cars and have a big bulk of cars sitting there. Carry to 2 week sale rate. If sales are good and you're steady and your market's calling and you can see that coming, then do it. I don't know. I've always just predicted. So again, I'm not telling you to go wholesale don't dump everything. Retail out of everything, stay lean and clean, carry to your 2 week sale rate. As it increases, if it does through tax season, increase your inventory levels to those levels. That's it. So I just don't want you to hope those months bail you out of these slower months right now. So I hope this is helpful. If you want a free inventory evaluation, lotpop.com. We are working on 2021 to be work the facts. Okay. Work your inventory based off facts and things that is true on your lot. So if you want to see what we're talking about, free inventory evaluation, lotpop.com. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you next week.